Hey, welcome to Jail Chronicles. This is the first episode. I'm going to tell a story, probably my second biggest story I have. And then a lot of this stuff, sorry about that, are not as crazy as this one. So, I was in jail. I was in the dorms. So I had attempted murder. I had 10 counts intimidating a witness. I had a B&E. I had a stolen car case. So I was in the dorms, and after you stay about a week in the dorms, they send you onto a block. So I ended up going on to C block, which I was already on C block the last time I was in jail, and the time before that. So they're like, you're going to be in cell. It was 122. I open up the door, but they're like, hold on, you have a new cellmate coming in with you. This kid comes in, bald kid. He looked big, I mean, he was chubby, but he looked big, he looked like he was strong. So, he comes in the cell with me. There's no ACs working. The water is not powerful, and it was on the side where there was a lot of sun. So the cell was no good. We asked for a cell change. First thing out of his mouth is, yeah, I better change my cell. I don't care. I'm in for murder. I don't care. I'll kill somebody. And I'm like, oh, great. The only person he can really kill if he's in the cell is me. Get me out of here. They ended up changing my cell to 108. I only remember it because I would always yell out, the person that I needed to come over to my cell would be like, Pablo, 108, Aresco, get over here, So they ended up changing our cell. I'm thinking they're only going to change him, put him in the cell. Like, nah, Aresco, you too. You're going to go with him too. I'm like, oh, God. So the kid comes in, he goes, hey, I want the top bunk. Which, you don't want the top bunk. You always want the bottom bunk. I hate the top bunk. My first time in jail, I would take the mattress off the top bunk, put it on the floor, and sleep on the floor because I was scared I was going to fall off that thing. I actually ended up liking the top bunk after. But he said he wanted it, and I'm not going to argue with him. You can have it. Whatever. So we do that, and, this kid's in for murder. He's in for intimidating a witness. He tried having his witness killed. All things like this, and I'm like, what? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm in jail for attempted murder, but I'm not this person, He is a leader of the Bloods. On top of it, white kid, A-Dog was his name, real name was Adam. Tattoos, hands, neck, back of head, Lynn, Mass, I would say. He's from Lynn. We knew each other in the streets by name, but we didn't know each other, like that. We knew, but we didn't know, So I didn't want to be in the cell with him. I really did not want to be in the cell with him at all. Now, mind you, this is Thanksgiving weekend. It's about to come up. This is a Thursday. No, wait. If Thanksgiving's on a Thursday, I'm thinking Saturday. So this is a Monday. Monday night. We sleep. We whatever. We get to know each other. We set up our cell. You got to set up where you put the food, your mattress. Usually you would put a sheet over the front of the bed. That way no one can see you when you're laying down. You don't want somebody watching when you're sleeping, And no, it's not to play with yourself. You sick bastards out there. I know you are, you sick bastards. So there's a kid that comes in. He comes into the block. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. This is when all the people that are going to be coming onto the block to take up a space, because they don't keep you in the dorm for that long. So you need a cell. So they put you in a cell. This kid's name was, I don't know if his first name was Mitchell or his second, but it was like Harris Mitchell or Mitchell Harris, whatever. He was in for molesting his 4-year-old daughter. And that's a no-no in jail. That's a no-no in life. You don't do that. So the kid Adam I was in the cellmate with, he had 4 daughters. He had like 3 daughters, I believe, on his own. So he wants to kill this kid, But he's on the top. There's 2 tiers. So he's in the top tier. So nobody can really get to him because everybody that's up there is usually old, or they're not white. And in jail, a white person handles a white person thing. A black person handles a black person thing. A blood handles a blood thing. Like, you could be black and fight somebody, but usually that would be a blood thing or a Crip thing. But there's really no Crips in jail. It's all 5s. But so nobody's going to move on this kid, And this kid, my cellmate, wants to stab him and just kill him. I'm like, no, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. You don't want to ruin up your case. So he's like, well, so what am I going to do? Let this kid live here? Nobody else is going to do it. So I get a plan in my head. If I fight this kid, if I mess him up, they're going to take me off this block, and I don't have to be in the cell with this kid anymore. Awesome. I say, I'll do it. He's like, you're going to do it? I said, I'm going to do it. So he starts calling everybody over. Yo, Aresco's going to handle it. Aresco's going to take care of this. I'm like, oh, great. Now I got the whole block waiting for this to happen. So all day I'm getting ready. All of a sudden, our block comes out. I'm like, wait, how am I going to get to him? Because they only allow the first tier go out for 45 minutes. They go in the cells, and the second tier comes out for 45 minutes, and then you do that 2 more times, and that's it. And it's not like you could just hang out your cell. You can't do that. Other than if it's at nighttime and you're about to make a phone call, they would usually let me make a phone call around 10 o'clock when I'm supposed to be in my cell. Because, they liked me, whatever, So we didn't think of that. So the whole time I'm planning on what I'm going to do to this kid or what I'm saying. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Because then in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't really want to fight. I don't want to fight in jail, But then I was telling myself, I have to, because I haven't done it in a while. And to me, if you don't fight for a while in jail, you're weak to people, That's what I believe, because they would think you're going soft, And I didn't want that. No way. So I get a plan in my head. I'm like, when his block is out, I'll ask for the plunger saying that my toilet's overflowing. They'll let me go out. I'll grab the plunger and I'll come back and I'll move on the kid. The kid's playing cards and his back, the table's here at the end. So if I come out of my cell, the table's over there, right here, and he's facing. his back is here, So his back is over here and his face is facing that way. So I'll move on him. You know what I mean? I got that good plan in my head. So I had the kid Reggie. He's a worker, black kid. Tell the CO I need a plunger. My toilet's overflowing. First, they won't let me out. No, they won't. They're like, you gotta wait. You can't move. Because they know what people do, So the head CO wouldn't let me out. But the other kid knew why I wanted to get out. He knew why. So when the other CO walked away to do checks, he popped my door open. I go out. I grab the plunger. But for some reason, I walk back to the cell. And my cellmate's like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, you're supposed to move on this kid. I was like, you know what? I need a Pop-Tart really quick. He's like, what? I was like, yes, I need a Pop-Tart. I need something really quick to shove in my mouth because I'm really hungry. Because I'm so nervous, So he gives me a strawberry Pop-Tart, that comes 2 in a package. I take one, I break it in half, and I shove it in my mouth. I start eating it. And everybody's like, now I know what they're thinking. They're like, this kid's not going to do it. He's going soft. He ain't going to do it. So I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I got this. So I tell my cellmate right before I leave, Because I tell the kid, Reggie, tell the CO, pop my door back up. If I can give you the plunger, I'm all done. Total situation's good. I tell my inmate, when they're hauling me out, I want you to scream out, that's my cellie right there. He's like, okay. So I go get the plunge. I give the plunger back. I put it back in the closet. And I walk towards all the tables. And this kid's back's right here. And I wind up. And I hit him so hard. He went from one chair, bang, all the way to the other table, sitting down in that chair. I swear to God. I hit him so hard. So everybody's like, they're watching now. They watching. I know the block's all watching me, right? So, I make him get up. I square up with him. And I'm like, bang! I hit him again. He goes down. So I just get on top of him. And I start pummeling the crap out of him. I know the CO that knows what I'm doing isn't going to stop it quick. He's going to let me keep wailing on this kid. But the other CO came up, grabbed him. Grabbed me. Whatever. I get pulled off. Now I'm talking now. Like, I'm hyped now. You know, because I already told this kid, you know, earlier that day, before fighting him, I told him, you know, leave. You know, this is my block now. Leave. It's not really my block. It was my cellie's block. The kid, he was the head of the blood, so that means he was the head of the block. So I just told him to leave, you know, and I was hoping he wouldn't because I wanted to fight him. I wanted to get off the block. I wanted to get away from this kid. I didn't want to be in a cellmate with somebody that was in jail for murder. He looked crazy. I thought he was going to kill me in my sleep. I don't know. So I yell out, next time I tell you to leave, you leave. You know, everybody's like, okay, Aresco. Okay, you know, they clapping, you know. All you hear is my cellie, and that's my cellie right there. And everybody's laughing. They hyped right now. All CEOs come in, you know, because they're stopping it. They pulling me out of the cell. Like, oh, Aresco, it's been a while. Okay. That's what they keep telling me. And what happened? So I go to the hole. This is during Thanksgiving. It's horrible. You know, I gave him my mother's number and my PIN to call my mother to tell her, hey, he got in a fight. He's okay, though. He whooped the kid's ass. He ain't going to be able to call you because you go to the hole for 10 days. So I go to the hole. Now, the hole is a whole nother story. You know, because they still give you the Thanksgiving meal. The Thanksgiving meal is turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, extra bread, potato chips. But they didn't give you the ice cream. So everybody's putting up their mattress on the door, because they always got to see inside your door when you go to the hole. They got it because they do checks every 15 minutes, because that's where people kill themselves, in the hole. You know, that's where they do it. Which, I mean, you could kill yourself in 15 minutes. I don't know what the hell they... Believe me, you could do it in 15 minutes. But everybody puts up their cell. If you're from jail, you know about jail. You know, putting up your mattress. That's a no-no. You can't do that. They don't want you to do that. They want to be able to look inside you. Now, wait, let me remind you this. So if that was a Tuesday, I'm sorry, that must have been a Monday, guys, because you got to be in a turtle suit for 2 days while you're there. A turtle suit, it's basically, they call it a turtle suit. You know what Fred Flintstone wears? That one-piece thing he wears? That's what it is in green. It's heavy, it's thick, and they give you the tortilla. They call it the tortilla. Sleeping bag. It's green. It only opens up a little bit, so you got to slide into it. Built-in pillow. They give you that because they don't want you to have the sheet to hang yourself, kill yourself, shit like that. So they took that away, and then I ended up getting a mattress. Yes, so that was the third day, Thanksgiving. The lady came by. She said, yeah, he doesn't need the turtles anymore. He can have... Then they give you orange boxes and an orange T-shirt and white socks. That's it. That's what they give you. You're only allowed to shower every other day. No holidays or no No holidays and no weekends. So you're only basically allowed to shower Monday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But if any of those land on a holiday, you can't. So let's just say there was a holiday Monday. You go Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday without a shower until Wednesday. Crazy, right? You know what I mean? So everybody puts up their mattress. All of a sudden, a CEO comes up to everybody and says, "Why are you doing this? Can we talk?" Because they don't want problems. They don't want to go get the team to come in there and fuck you up. You know, they don't want to do that because then they got to report. That's the worst part of it, they told me. They want to come in here and fuck people up. They don't want to. So they come up to me like, Aresco, why are you doing this? You know, this isn't you. You don't do this kind of stuff, you know? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I want some vanilla ice cream. They're like, it's not even vanilla, it's chocolate. I go, it's not even vanilla? I took the mattress down. I put it up back on my bed. I'm like, I'm going to bed. Like, Aresco, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, it's not even vanilla ice cream. It's chocolate. It's the worst flavor in the world. I want that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, I write letters to my family, to my friends, because you're allowed to have a pen and piece of paper. And the pen, let me remind you, is rubber. So you got to tie a whole bunch of paper around that to stiffen it up to be able to use it. Because other than that, you ain't using that pen. There's no way. It ain't happening. So I'm thinking I'm going to go to another block. When they come over, they're like, Aresco, this is the 9th day. They're like, Aresco, we're going to let you out a day early. Where do you want to go? I'm like, I want to go to D block. It's right near C block, but it ain't C block. I don't have to be with that cellmate anymore. What happens? I get out. They gave me back my regular clothes. They gave me back all my canteen stuff. They sent me to C block. Where do I go? In the same cell with the kid. The kid had a cellmate, and then the night before, he told him, you got to move out. I want Aresco back in here. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I tried to get away from this kid, and now I got to get back in the cell with him. And we actually ended up becoming, like, best friends. You know, we were best friends in there. You know, I totally understood what he was coming from, and you know, he was just having a hard time. His sister got murdered while he was in there 2 weeks before this happened, before we moved to the South together. She was killed in East Boston. Her body was left there. She was strangled. You know, so I mean, and he had 3 daughters, and he told me about his murder case and his alleged murder case. You know, this was his second. He beat the first one. You know, and actually I knew his cousin because I was on E Block with his cousin Crook. So he knew that. And if you look, so we were on C Block together. And then if you look out, if you look out, you can see E Block on the other side. You know, the window. And we would write signs because his cousin was there, and we would write signs, and he was like, yo, Aresco's cool, right? And the kid was like, yeah, he's cool. You know, because I never had no problems in jail. I never had nobody that wanted to, you know, beef with me. I think one time, this kid Conley one time, but other than that, you know, I was cool. You know, I was the kid that was known from East Boston. I'm not from East Boston, but that's where my family's from, so they knew the last name. They're like, you know, you're East Boston, you know, and you know, they used to call me Miz, you know, M-I-Z. That was my nickname, and it came into there, and I spent birthdays and holidays in there, and it was horrible, you know. Jail saved my life. I'll always be thankful for everybody that put me in jail, because of that, I became clean. I became a better person. I wouldn't have the daughter and my son on the way, and I wouldn't have a beautiful fiance and a beautiful puppy here and a nice house, and I wouldn't have those things, you know. And plus, with the great family I have, I guess I have a straight face. You know, but that's one of my many jail stories that I have. I I think the next story I'm going to tell is my first 2 weeks I was in jail. And then the third story will be the case. I will tell everybody who, what, when, where, why. I'm going to change some names. I don't want to bring in those people. And then I'm going to tell you how I got a deal. I got a deal by a plan, a setup. No, not ratting. Don't think that. That's not how I got it. But it was given to me because of a reason. But guys, thank you so much for listening. I know I was all over the place. It's my first time really trying to tell a story. I am writing a book because I do have a deal with a publisher from New York. I told them basically an outline of the story of my life, and they were like, yeah, this could be a book. I've been shot at from the Hells Angels for something that would be in the book. I grew up with my aunt and uncle. Just crazy story, guys. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Go also listen to Mike's Funko Pops and Collectibles. Everybody, please, God bless. Be safe. And I'm not saying jail is a good thing. I want people to understand that, because people are like, you talk about jail, you glorify it. I'm not glorifying it. It's a horrible thing. You don't want to be there. You don't want to do a crime. You don't want to ruin your life, because I ruined my life with one case. My first case was my last case. I'm guaranteeing it, because it ruins your life. It does. It's go to school. If you can't do school, go do trades. Go do something. You don't want to ruin your life. You don't want to do drugs. You don't even drink. I'm not trying with these straight edge, You can have a glass of wine. You can drink a beer. I don't do that stuff. I don't do anything. I basically am straight edge. I don't even have sex. Ask my wife. She'll tell you. My fiance. We don't have sex. I'm straight edge basically now, I guess. But, just do your thing, but in a safe way, and be safe, everybody. Thank you. Peace.
Hey, a little PS. So anything that I talk about, I have paperwork on, and I will put it up all when I tell about the case and stuff and everything, because I want to prove to a lot of people that what I was charged with and what was the consequences and stuff. Just it ain't what people say, But I do got paperwork for everything. I will put the paperwork all up when I do the case. In about 2 or 3 videos, and then I will start talking about my family and stuff and everything, and there's a lot of funny stories, but I'm just gonna tell it this way first, and then I'll get to the jokes and stuff, because sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm just walking my dog. She's crazy. Harley, say hello. Say hello, Harley. Yeah, but these are all legit stories. I have nothing to lie about. I really don't care what anybody thinks anyways. I did about a little over 3 years. I got 25 hanging over my head, maybe more. I got basically 6 years of probation left open. So I've been a good boy. I pay taxes now. All right, peace.